Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn daily energy, and I'm doing this reading today, which is Wednesday, March 2nd. I'm doing this morning, so hopefully I'll be able to post this in time. So this is a timeless reading, so this is for whenever you feel drawn to hear this message. Also, this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. All right, so let's get a crystal. Right, that one flipped over. Oh, look at that one. That one's pretty cool. Bumblebee Jasper, pollination, willpower, new ideas. Sting like a bee, Bumblebee Jasper enhances creativity and helps to pollinate ideas, bringing them to life. This stone gives off a fighting spirit, having been formed in a volcano and containing a strong earthy energy that connects with the willpower of the solar plexus. Bumblebee Jasper also assists in alleviating allergies, soothing irritations, and nurturing one's overall health. Bumblebee Jasper encourages you to create a buzz to let yourself be seen and heard for who you are, and whatever new projects you're working on, take pleasure in your gifts. Leo Sun. Oh, I like that one. All right, so let's get some tarot and see what's going on. Also, for more messages, be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising sign. We have Three of Cups, Knight of Cups, King of Swords, Seven of Swords, Temperance, Ten of Cups, the Wheel, Judgment, and Eight of Cups for overall energy. That's what I was kind of feeling when I saw these cards here. I was kind of feeling that Eight of Cups energy. So for overall energy, we have the Eight of Cups, and that's walking away from something, leaving something behind, not letting something bother you. We also have the Moon that seems to be standing out pretty strong for me there. So that is not being able to see clearly on the path where she's going, but knowing that she needs to move forward, knowing that she needs to move ahead. For current energies, we have Three of Cups, Knight of Cups, King of Swords, and Seven of Swords. So Three of Cups is being happy and celebrating. Knight of Cups is reaching out with your cup, making that effort. King of Swords is somebody who thinks about things, analyzes things, looks at things. And Seven of Swords is either you feel like you have to sneak around, or you have to take something. Not physically, but I feel like it's, you can't be you, right? And that's what the card was saying there, is you being able to be you. Encourages you to let yourself be seen and heard for who you are and whatever new projects you're working on. So I feel like this card is representing, you might be feeling like you can't really be you. You're not able to really be yourself, that there may be something that you're holding yourself back from being true to yourself, or it could be that you may have people or energies around you that are not really letting you be you. For future energies, we have Temperance, Ten of Cups, the Wheel, and Judgment. And I feel like this is that awakening of saying, I'm going to be me, and I'm going to surround myself with people that appreciate me for me. And I'm going to be proud of me and let me be me and not hold myself back from being me, if that makes sense. I feel like sometimes people feel like they have to fit, not everybody, I'm not saying everybody, I'm saying some people, and I was guilty of this, feel that they have to fit themselves into this mold, into this certain way of being, of projecting themselves. and they feel like they can't really be themselves. They can't be true to themselves. And I feel like this reading is for that person that says you need to come into your own power. That you need to do what makes you happy, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel strong. And sometimes our frustrations and our negativity, you know how I always say that there's the root of the problem, and the root of the problem is that you're not able to really express yourself and be yourself, and so that's affecting you in other ways because you're not being able to be true to yourself. And if you're true to yourself and you're doing what you like and you're being able to truly be yourself, that you feel happier, you feel freer, right? Like the Judgment card, you feel freer. And life becomes more enjoyable because you're enjoying what you're doing because you're being true to yourself. All right. Sometimes I feel that, you know, my messages are that it's about just being aware of something. It doesn't mean that something has to be fixed or something has to be done. I feel like it's, and even for me when I read my messages, it's something for me to think about too. It's just kind of that thought or that being presented with that information to think and look at things from a different perspective. And that's why I say my favorite card is the Hangman, is because sometimes, like, you have to be open to whatever thoughts and ideas are around you, but being open to it and seeing things from a different perspective and seeing, well, am I really being true to myself? Am I really being my true self? Do I have to hide who I really am? You know, or do I have to hide parts of myself? And is that making me happy to be able to do that? How crazy is that? What did I just say? I said my favorite card is the Hangman. And the Hangman card comes out. How cool is that? Looking at it from a different perspective. And I'll be honest with you, because I like to be transparent on my channel, because I want my channel to be about me being your cheerleader, but also I want to help you in any way that I can. And like I said, even if it's just that one little tidbit of information that helps you to look at things from a different perspective. And I've definitely been struggling the last few days. I've definitely been, I've been down. I've been irritated. I've been agitated. Yesterday I woke up in the morning just waking up angry. Like, I don't really know why. And then I went out to the barn. I felt a little bit better. I came home, and then some other things happened that irritated me, and I was just irritated. And I don't really know why the last few days. And I do have fewer of those days. But this morning I woke up and I was looking at my phone. I was looking at my YouTube, and a Mel Robbins video, she had just posted it like a day ago. And I listened to that, and that really helped me. And I'm not associated with her at all. I have nothing to do with her besides the fact that I started watching her videos, and she's really helped me to turn things around for me. And I don't know if it was part that or just the energy or whatever it was, but I feel like myself today. I feel a lot better today. And listening to her videos, and as I told you before, to have those tools to use when you feel that you're struggling, and she is definitely one of my tools. And she has that high five where you do the action of giving yourself a high five. And I did that this morning in the mirror. And then things just started happening. Positive things started happening for me. And I was like, yeah. And her video this morning that I listened to was about looking for those signs, those positive signs, and trying to turn your thinking around and to catch yourself, when you're going into the negative, which I had been trying to do the last few days. but I feel like my lows are not as low. And because I've changed my perspective and seeing that when I go into the negative, that I don't want to stay there. That I realize I'm in it and I need to pull myself out of it, and I need to focus on the positive and keep reminding myself of the positive. And that's something that has really changed for me. That's one of those things. Another thing that I use is on my phone, I have the app motivational quotes, and I have them set for 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. And 2 times a day, they pop up on my phone, and I read those motivational quotes, and those help me to stay on track. Also, I was feeling overwhelmed this morning, and so what I like to do is I like to make a list. I have a lot that I have to get done, which I've told you before. As I said, make those lists. I have a lot that's going on, so I've wrote out the next few days, and I wrote everything down. I got it out of my head, and I feel so much better. And I feel like I can move forward with the day. I feel more positive. And those are some of the things that I use that help me. And maybe some of those things can help you. And I also have come around to being more me and doing what I like. And I think that's another reason why I'm feeling more positive, is because I'm able to be me and surrounding myself with people who accept me for me. So that could be something also that you could use to help move you forward. And that's what I feel with my readings too, is like it might be that one little tidbit or that way for you to think of things, or to also realize that, you know, I like to be transparent to say, yeah, I have my days where I struggle. And I have my days where I question things. I mean, there's definitely been days where I even question this YouTube channel. You know, I was definitely, like I said yesterday, I was struggling, and I was like, I don't know, like this YouTube channel. And I start to question myself about it. And today I'm feeling so much more positive. And I read your comments this morning, and you know how you say thank you and for all of your positive words, and I'm like, yes, like keep going, keep moving forward, keep doing this, because you are making a difference and you are helping people, and I want to be there for you, and I just want you guys to know that you are there for me too. So that's one of those things, as to keep pushing forward and seeing things from a different perspective. Look at that. We got 3 of Cups again. Love that. Okay. Being happy, being positive. And I know you can't just say, well, I'm going to be positive today if you're struggling. But like I was saying, is using those tools to keep reminding you to stay in the positive, listening to those positive quotes, focusing all those positive things that you have, even if you just have to write a list of all of the positive things and keep looking at that list and reading that list, or if you have that vision board and looking at those positive things to keep yourself in that energy so that you're not going to the deeper levels of being frustrated, right, of those negative times. And so it's not as dark as what it used to be, right? So it's yes, you're struggling and you're frustrated, but it's not as heavy as it was. And then when you're able to pull yourself back into the positive, to shake off that energy, to shake off those things, right? It takes work. It takes work to do it. It takes work because it's your whole mindset. It's your whole mindset that you have to change, and that you have to look at things from a different perspective, and that you have to turn that around. But every little bit, every little step is a step in the positive direction to becoming, I feel like, more of yourself, you know, becoming true to who you are and how you feel, and recognizing and those times when you're struggling, and to say, hey, let me focus on the happy, let me focus on the positive. What are those things that, you know, are positive? Temperance, being patient, knowing that this is something that's going to take time. Could be a relationship, you know. I feel like it's the relationship that you have with yourself. I feel like this reading is about the relationship that you have with yourself and being true to yourself and being who you are. And I feel like being a Capricorn, I'm a Capricorn sun and a Capricorn rising. I feel like I overanalyze too much. I think about things too much. I stress about things too much. And I have to learn to let those things go and to just let things happen and let things flow. And I always question myself. Am I good enough? Am I doing it the right way? Because I feel like being a Capricorn, I like to follow things by the book. And I'm trying to throw that book out the window and say, what feels right to me? What feels good to me? Because I always question, well, is me good enough? Is my way good enough? And yes, it is. It is good enough. It is good enough for me and my path and my journey. For someone else, it may not be, but for me, it is. And that's what I have to keep telling myself, that my path is my path. My journey is my journey. Just like yours is your path and yours is your journey. Two of Wands, love that. Opening the doors to the Ten of Cups is that happiness and that positiveness. And what are those tools that you have? You have to have those tools in your toolbox. What are those things that you know you can do? Like I woke up this morning and I was feeling overwhelmed with everything that I have to get done. And okay, what is one of my tools? Making lists. That helps me, okay? I sat down and I took probably 20 minutes and I wrote down my list and I felt so much better afterwards. Because I'm like, okay, then I'm going to go through my day and I'm going to check everything off and I know what it is I need to do, so I don't need to have all that cluttering up my brain. I can just check those things off. The King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, that could represent you, but the King of Pentacles is also somebody who is patient and who is ready to put the work in, and I feel like he is kind of someone who takes things step by step, changing that, knowing that. Also, being a Capricorn, I feel like I want these things to be done like yesterday. Like I want to feel great and I want to feel positive. You know what I mean? And I want all those things that I want and I want them now. But I'm looking at things from a new perspective to say these things take time. These things take time, and to be patient, and that they go through a process, that you go through, you know, having those really good days and those really good times, and then you have those days where you struggle a little bit, and knowing that that's a process and that's what you need to go through, but those struggle days are less. All right, the moon. So I was pointing out the moon here. I feel like the moon can represent a couple different things. It's that deception to yourself, that are you being true to yourself? But I also feel like the moon surprises, that word just popped into my brain. Surprises. There are surprises ahead. There is awakenings, renewal, revivals, excitement, surprises coming ahead for you that you don't see yet. So it's like that, you know, don't give up right before things are going to happen. You know, you never know what each day brings, what's going to happen that day, and to just keep moving forward. King of Swords again. King of Swords is to, I feel like it's change your way of thinking, your perception, to focus on the positive. That's what just came into my brain, is to focus on the positive, to focus on those good things. Up here, I feel like this king is representing being overwhelmed, overthinking, trying to fit into that box that you feel that you're supposed to fit into, not being true to yourself. But I feel like this King of Swords represents somebody who represents themselves. This person is somebody who has a new way of thinking, right? Who's turning that around. And I feel one more. Looking at the positive opportunities, looking at those changes and those things. And then the next card is the Seven of Cups. And the possibilities are endless, right? Each day, each hour is a new chance to start new and fresh, and to have a new perspective, and to at least be open to those little tidbits, you know, just like I said in my readings. If there's some little thing that sparks, you know, your energy, or you're like, oh, what does this smell, robins? Let me let me check this out. Let me hear her. Let me see if that's the right person for me. Let me check out this motivational quote app and see if, that's something that works for me. Or let me see if making lists, if that's going to work for me. I mean, whatever works for you. I'm not saying you have to use those things, but if it's those tools that you have so that when you're struggling, that you can let those things go and you can keep pushing forward and open your door to the 10 of Cups, to the change, to being aware of all of the positive possibilities and to have that stronger relationship with yourself. I feel, and I'm guilty of it too, is that you need to have that strong relationship with yourself so that you are your own best friend and you make the choices that are best for you. I definitely did not make good choices for myself in the past. I wasn't looking out for me. I was too worried about what somebody else was saying. Well, somebody else was saying this was good for me. Well, inside I was saying, yeah, that's really not the direction that I want to go in. It's not good for me. But I was like, well, so-and-so said it, so I'm going to do it because, that person said it. But I feel like I'm coming into that point in my life where I'm like, okay, Jill says it's good, so Jill knows what's best for me. And Jill is looking out for herself. And Jill is making the decisions that are best for Jill. And that is something that I've definitely struggled with, but once I've realized that, it just really has turned things around for me and made things so much better. And to give myself that high five in the mirror every morning to say, you got this, you'll get through this, whatever challenges come your way, you can work your way through this. You can handle this. Look at all of these things that you've handled in the past. That this is just another blip in the road that you can get through. All right, so let's close out with an animal oracle. Oh, we got two of them. Okay. So we have Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide, and I believe that because I feel like the abundant universe provides those signs, provides those things that happen to give you that, to give you that high five and to say, yeah, you got this, you can do this. I feel that it gives you those little, whether it's a sunny day or you get all green lights or you hear your favorite song or whatever that is, that it gives you those signs for you, it provides you with those things for you to see those things, to stay in the positive energy, to keep pushing forward. And then we have Dove Spirit, be peace, being peaceful, being free. I just was seeing those wings and the flying and being free, feeling more free and not having all of these 8 of Cups on your back that you're struggling and you're dealing with, and to have that overthinking and that stress and that that heaviness on you, and to let some of that go and just say, yeah, I'm going to get through this, I'm going to work through this, I've got my tools, I know what it is I need to do. And really, tarot is one of my tools too, because I love hearing the positive messages. I love listening to other tarot readers and hearing their messages, and that makes me stronger to move forward. And I love my own messages. I pull energy from that, the readings from that, energy from that. And I love being able to help other people too. And tarot is one of my tools that I use to stay positive and to keep moving forward. And that's what I want to do in my readings, is to be one of those tools for you to help you to push forward and be your true self. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that helped. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.